Yeah, so after I came up with the more completed draft, I went away and I took the pictures and added them in. The more completed draft was just an idea of where everything would be. That's all I actually wanted from that. I'm fairly happy with how this turned out. Although this was one of the parts of the creation where I actually received some feedback which I could use, and I completely agreed with it. So yeah, as I mentioned, I completely agreed with the feedback that I got. Or I also said that I was quite happy with how it turned out. Then I went away, did some editing for the trailer, and came back to it. And that is when I really did agree with this feedback that I got, which basically said it was good, but it didn't suit the genre. So obviously it's meant to be of a crime genre, and it's of a hand just lay in a very bright field, which it just looked like someone had fallen over and got quite a nasty paper cut from the card. It didn't seem what it should have been. So this is where I turned my full focus back onto my products, just my sole products. So obviously, I gave my poster a bit of an overhaul. I took it into Photoshop. I made the whole thing really a lot darker. I decided that instead of the muddy grass that I'd spent 10 minutes failing to create, I would turn it to burnt grass. And the minute I did this was a color replacement tool, which is one of the brushes. It's not one of the brushes. If you right click on the brushes, it'll be there. And I just changed the green to white. And I thought that it just looked brilliant. So that was my main decision on this. So then I thought, well, if the grass is now burnt and the hand is just scratched or like cut, it dysfunctional, and it just wouldn't work the way it should do. So for one, I made the hand look dead. It just still looked like a live person. So I did a couple of layers, and I tried to get a decent mix of color, well, altering the color, but while keeping like the particular tones on the hand and the like lines of the hand of the palm. Since I had scrapped the Aces High title, being the card ace and that is high, since I'd scrapped that on my other, well, on the magazine, and gave that an overhaul, I decided to remove it from this. Obviously, in hindsight, it would have given it more synergy if I'd used the same card, even if I'd just put it somewhere on the page, well, somewhere on the cover. But even now, I don't think there is a place where it would fit. I still think that it looks quite simple. However, now that when I gave it the complete overhaul, I think it looks really effective in comparison to how it looked previously. I think I have done a really good job. And some of the feedback that I got, once again, it was just, it's good. Well, it was a lot of people saying it's good, which obviously I don't put it's good on the blog. But like I said, I got quite a lot of positive feedback on this. And this is back to the finished product. The only edit I made from the last one to this one is with the title, and that's just in the previous one the underline went over the end of the page, so all I've done is just remove that over and hang. Yeah, so even though I didn't have much audience feedback for this, I believe I got it where I needed it at the end of it. Well, not at the very end, at the point where I still had time to improve on it and make it a better fit for my actual genre. Although I do believe that this is probably the weakest in terms of synergy with the trailer. Although that being said, I still think this is pretty strong. I think it's pretty strong as a product. Maybe not as a product with the trailer, which was what I was mainly aiming for.